sleeve gastrectomy surgery experience of Dana Long from Albany, Georgia, USA. By profession, Dana is into IT and works in an area agency for senior citizens and people with disabilities. Calls herself a computer geek. She is also a proud mother of 2 bright children who are currently in school working towards becoming doctors. Dana visited Costa Rica for the gastric sleeve surgery. The interview was taken about 30 days after her surgery.
I'm Dana Long. I'm from Albany, Georgia. I grew up here, went to school here, moved to North Georgia when I was younger, and then when I graduated high school, moved back to Albany, married my husband. We've been married almost 30 years, and I had a perfect figure until I married him. We had a family, had children, and I just gained weight with the babies, and I didn't lose it. I've been on every eating plan and exercise program that there is, and some of them have worked for me and some of them haven't, but nothing had worked long term. And I just got to a point in my life when I had to do something drastic. I knew I had to do something drastic, or I would just eat cheesecake and see how fat I could get until I died. So that's where I was in my life. And I came home from work one day and told my husband I'd gained and lost the same 16 pounds for about 3 months. And I said, I've got to do about it. And he said that he had seen this article on TV. It was on the business news about medical tourism. And he said, before you decide to go and put us in debt like this, look into it and see what you think. So I got on the internet and I started looking, and the more I read, the more excited I got about it. And he thought I was going to change my mind. He thought I was going to talk me out of it, just by the research I had done. But it did just the opposite. The more excited I got. So another thing that had happened was that I have degenerative disc disease, and I had 4 discs fused in my neck, and I have chronic pain. And the doctors told me that I have 4 discs in my lower back that are bad, and there's nothing they can do. If they do fuse them, it would only make the ones above and below degenerate faster. So surgery's not an option at this point. So the only thing that I can do is to make myself more healthy. The communication was wonderful from the very beginning. I went on the website, and it asked me to send my email address, and that someone would be getting back in touch with me. Well, I had a response within just a few minutes. So somebody was really watching their email, because I got a response in a very short time. And I made an arrangements via email to do a telephone call. And that's when I talked to Sheila for the first time. And she's just wonderful. Sheila is great. She had the surgery herself, and she was working for the medical tourism, and she was great. And our correspondence was, we were fast friends right from the start. I checked out everyone that was on the internet. Once my husband told me he had seen that ad on TV, on the business news, I started looking into all of them, because I didn't know one company from another or one program from another, and I was just looking at, what Google brought up when I Googled medical tourism. So I compared them all. I had no idea. I had never heard of it before. So I just read and read and read and read, and Medical Tourism Corporation offered the best all-inclusive package at the time. So I'm not the kind of person that just goes off and does something without thinking it through and looking at all the options and all that. Although it was fast decision making to the family and friends, it wasn't to me. I had in mind still to have the lap band surgery done when I went to Costa Rica, and I went to a program that was offered here in Albany, and they told me that if I went to Costa Rica and had the surgery done, that they would not do the fields for me. So I came back from that seminar and I called Sheila on the telephone and I told her that the doctors here won't touch me if I go to Costa Rica and have this done. And she said, well, there are field centers that are designed for people who are doing what you're doing. And she said, I will find one and we will set up everything for you. So when you get back, you will have these arrangements made. Well, the next day, she called me and told me she had gotten in touch with the field center, and it was in Moultrie, Georgia, which is about probably 20 or 30 miles from me. And she gave me their contact information and gave them my contact information. And I got in touch with them and made arrangements. They told me that when I got back to give them a call and they would set up my first visit. So yes, those arrangements were all made weeks ahead of time. Yes. The doctor spoke English. Now some of the nurses did not speak English, but if they did not understand what I asked them or what I said, they would go and get someone who did understand. So I didn't have any problem with communication at all. I was very, very impressed. Very impressed with all the doctors and all of the medical staff, and especially with the Medical Tourism Corporation who made all the arrangements for all the appointments, because I went through the day that I had the surgery, I saw about 6 doctors, one right after the other, after the other, after the other, and never had to wait in line. The escort that took us around from one doctor to the next was waiting. Every time I finished one, we went straight to the next doctor, and we were seen right away. It's nothing like in the United States. I went to a doctor about 2 weeks, my pain management doctor actually, and I had an appointment with him at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I actually saw him at 7. So that's the difference. That was a big difference. This multi-million-dollar facility, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was basically the same. Once I stepped through those doors, I didn't even think about that I was in a different country. It never even crossed my mind, except you look out the window and see, you know, the beautiful mountain range that is Costa Rica. It's just beautiful. I don't regret it. It was a great experience, and I'm hoping that my husband and our daughter will do it next year.
Medical Tourism Corporation facilitates medical care at some of the best hospitals in the world. Visit www.medicaltourismco.com for more information and to request a free quotation.